Okay, a very good morning to all of you enthusiastic people present here today. As we begin this program, I request the coordinator of NSS, Mr. Shashi Kumar Shetty, to kindly escort our esteemed chief guest, the guest of honor, Vice Dean, Medical Superintendent, and all the other dignitaries to kindly come forward. As we all know, the last few years have caused significant mental, physical, and emotional strife for the entire world because of the terrible pandemic of COVID-19. So, it becomes even more essential for us to inculcate better health practices in our day-to-day life. And yoga, which is an ancient Indian practice that helps in boosting our mental and social well-being, originated in our own country. And today, as we celebrate the International Yoga Day, upholding the theme for this year, Yoga for Humanity, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all you wonderful people gathered here today. As we know, yoga has a big God element, or as we say, a spiritual element. At the outset, to invoke God's blessings in our further celebration and proceedings, I now call upon Ms. Muskan to lead us into a moment of prayer. Om Triyambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiva Vandanam Mrityurmukshiyamamrita. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I now call upon Mr. Shashi Kumar Shetty, the NSS coordinator, NITTE DU, to officially welcome the gathering.
Respected dignitaries of the dais, on the dais and off the dais. Today, we are all gathered here to celebrate International Day of Yoga. This program is organized by NSS unit of NITTE deemed to be university in association with the Kshema. Yoga is an ancient, a physical, mental and spiritual practice that is organized and originated from India. Today, worldwide, it is celebrated as an International Day of Yoga. This is the 8th edition of International Day of Yoga today, as a theme of the 2022 kept as a Yoga for Humanity. With this, first I will introduce today's chief guest, Mr. Praveen Kumar, who is a yoga teacher. He is a native place from Kasaragod district, presently is staying in Mangalore. And the good thing is alumni of our NITTE Engineering College. He studied Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical from NITTE and passed out in 2003. After 13 years of corporate experience in a different companies like Toyota Motors, IFB and automotive in a different, later presently he is a full-time Isha Hatha Yoga teacher since 2017. Trained and certified by Isha Foundation, Coimbatore. He traveled the many countries with holding a yoga in Thailand, Hong Kong and Middle East and all. He is a married person with the 2 children. I welcome you, sir, for the today's program. I also welcome another eminent person of the university, our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Muditaya sir. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome our Shema Dean, Professor Dr. Prakash sir. Welcome you, sir. I also welcome our Medical Superintendent Shivkumar Hiramet sir. I welcome you, sir. Also welcome for the today's program our Vice Dean, Professor Dr. Amrit Miraskar sir. And also welcome the last 10 days, I think all of you experienced yoga training in this same auditorium. The coordinator of the MU, Dr. Kishan sir, I welcome you, sir. I also acknowledge the presence of our Manager of the Public Relations, Hemant Shetty sir, and our Physical Director of the NITTE deemed to be university, Dr. Karunika Shetty sir, Dinesh sir, and other head of the department, Sukanya ma'am, and Arun sir, Dr. Arun, and other faculties from the various department. I welcome all of you, and also I'll welcome all the media presence here, and at the last, not the least, I also welcome all our students of the NITTE deemed to be university for the International Day of Yoga celebration. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm welcome. Light dispels darkness. Just like yoga, it illuminates the heart, mind, spirit and soul. So I now request the dignitaries to kindly come forward for the traditional lighting of the lamp. Thank you so much, dear dignitaries. As per the instructions from the NMC, as part of the International Yoga Day celebration, Shema organized a 10 days of yoga training for the first year MBBS students. So I now call upon Dr. Kishan Prasad, faculty from Pathology and MEU coordinator Shema, to give us a gist about the workshop.
Very good morning. The dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, instructors of yoga, my dear students. So when NMC said to conduct this yoga session, so we were in dilemma. So because this is not a very comfortable zone for us, many of the medical faculties. That time we were thinking whom to call as instructors or facilitators. But we could gather around 12 faculties from across institutions to conduct this 10 days yoga session. We are grateful to you. We are grateful to all the facilitators. As a token of appreciation, so we'll be giving a small certificate and a small memento. As I call upon, I am requesting the facilitators to come here and collect the certificate and memento from the chief guest and the dignitaries on the dais. He is an assistant professor and in charge of this yoga program. He is from NITTE Center for Integrative Medicine Research, NUCIMR. Dr. Arun, Vice Chancellor. Dr. Anusha Rashmi, Associate Professor of Community Medicine from KSEGDE Medical Academy. Anusha. Dr. Ravi Chandra, he is an Additional Professor of Pharmacology from KSEGDE Medical Academy. Dr. Prashant B. Nayak, he is an Associate Professor of Pediatrics from KSEGDE Medical Academy. Dr. Prerna Hegde, she is a Chief Dietitian and Head of the Department, Justice KSEGDE Charitable Hospital. Mr. Dinesh Shetty, he is a Lecturer, Humanities, KSEGDE Medical Academy. Ms. Kaini Cecilia, she is a PhD scholar from NITTE Usha Institute of Nursing Sciences. Dr. Sri Sharath, he is a Research Scholar, KSEGDE Medical Academy. Dr. Ajit, Interns, Alwas College of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. Dr. Kiran Nath, Intern, Alwas College of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. Dr. Sagar is an intern of Alwas College of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. Thank you, dignitaries, and thank you all the facilitators of yoga session. So because of you, we have conducted it smoothly. So thank you. We want same type of enthusiasm for the coming years. Thank you.
As the presiding officer for today's program, our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, NITTE DU, Professor Dr. M.S. Mudithaya, as he conveys his presidential address.
Esteemed chief guest of today's very unique program, Mr. Praveen, all the members of NITTE family, starting from the Dean, Vice Dean and all our esteemed colleagues and my dear student friends. At the very outset, let me convey the greetings of our Honorable Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellors and the Vice Chancellor, of the greetings of the day, because this is a very special day for not only the people who are gathered here, but all Indians and all yoga enthusiasts. 8 years ago, on this day, which was considered to be a very historic day, 177 countries of the world who were the members of United Nations General Assembly, they passed a resolution for celebrating this day as the International Day of Yoga. As we celebrate the 8th International Day of Yoga, we are very proud that we have a very eminent chief guest in Praveen, who is a role model for all of you. Praveen, who is a qualified engineer, who has been working in multinational companies. He was also working in, I am aware that he was working in Japan at the time. That's the time he decided that he will completely dedicate himself for the cause of yoga. People like him make us feel very proud of India's today, because it is said always, wherever you go around the world, worldwide it is being said that India has had a very glorious past, has a very bright future, but what we are really worried about, what about the present? So the kind of experiments we do today are very, very important. Whether you are a doctor, you are an engineer, or any other businessman or industrialist or whatsoever, it is very important to be firmly rooted in our past and be ambitious. Whatever ambitions you want to achieve as a professional, you will be in a position to do that only if you are disciplined. Yoga teaches you to be disciplined. Yoga makes you mentally and physically active. And on the day of, as we celebrate the International Yoga Day, your resolution for the day should be, it is not just celebrating once a year, but celebrate yoga daily. So every day should become a yoga day, and wishing that you will do that, and wishing that if you do that, you will be very, very successful in your profession. So on behalf of all the dignitaries present here, let me wish that your future becomes very, very bright. All your ambitions you achieve, and you practice yoga daily and feel the benefits of that. Wish you all the best, and thank you, organizers. Thank you so much.
As sir already introduced our very eminent chief guest, I think the man who does not need any further introduction. So we are highly privileged to have you with us today, and we thank you for accepting to be the chief guest. I request Mr. Praveen Kumar P, yoga teacher in classical Hatha Yoga, the chief guest of today. So we request you to kindly come forward and speak on the importance of yoga with your demonstrations.
A few years back, since till 2003, even I was just among you, one among you. As they mentioned, I'm also a NITTE student. I did my engineering at NITTE from 1999 to 2003, and here I am after 20 years. On this
particular day, I would like to congratulate all of you and all the students, the management staff, HODs, everybody here, teaching, non-teaching staffs on behalf of 8th International Day of Yoga. You would be wondering, why I am into this particular yoga, full-time yoga, being into corporate industries. There are, various reasons, but today I don't want to go to the entire story because of the time constraints. I just thought today we'll make you do some kind of, simple yoga practices rather than giving a lecture, which probably in future, if I get a chance, definitely I can share with you. But however, before we do this yoga practice, see, let me just brief you something about, why we have to do yoga, or what is yoga, basically. See, when we say yoga, most of you would be thinking about yoga means only twisting and turning of your body, or yoga means it's some kind of exercise, aerobic exercise. For some people, you might be thinking yoga means it's a therapy, right? Or generally, in generic, people think that yoga means it's only for those who are, close to their retirements. That's what people are having idea about the yoga. Yoga means, when I near to my retirement age, let me just go to this or take up this yoga, right? But that's a false notion. Why I am saying this as a false notion is because, see, yoga is not any twisting or turning of your body. Yoga is not a therapy. Yoga is not an exercise. It's not only these things. When we say yoga, yoga means it's a certain state of a human being, certain pleasant state of a human being. Now, when we say certain pleasant state of a human being, how you are, basically, as a human being, how you are. So, when we say how you are or a state of a human being, that means yoga is not an action that you do, rather yoga means it's a certain quality of a human being. If you are pleasant by your own nature, if you are pleasant by your own nature, then we can say that you are in yoga. Or when we say you are in yoga, that means yoga is a certain quality of a human being. Now, how to reach to this particular state of pleasantness or attain this quality of yoga? That is where these yogic practices are, comes into picture or comes in handy. Now, when we say yogic practices, there are different methods. The yoga basically it's a science. If you know how to use this, science and technology of yoga, definitely it will work for you. If you don't know how to use these yogic, practices, definitely it will not work for you. It is as simple as any other technological. For example, if you know how to use a mobile phone, iPhone, it's a certain science, right? It's a certain science and technology basically. If you know how to use this particular gadget, the more you know about this gadget, the more you can operate, or the better you can operate. Similarly here, the more you know about this, the gadget, what we call as human mechanism or human being, the better you can operate, or the better you can conduct through the process of life. So how to know more about this particular thing? I'm sure most of you, almost all of you, would never have attempted to know something about this. When I say about this, what is his body, what is his mind, what is his emotions, what are his energies, unless we try to know something about this and we just try to conduct the process of life, definitely life will be stressful, anxious, anxiety is normal, depression is normal, and above all, what we can call as stressful or tensed life is inevitable, simply because we have never made an attempt to understand this particular gadget. So yoga is nothing but it's a science, or it's a user's manual, we can say. Yoga is a user's manual through which you can understand this particular gadget. The more you do it, the better you understand these things. And being students, today I just want to give only one particular message, that in today's competitive world, right from our kindergartens, it's only competition. How to secure marks, or how to fetch a good job, how to be number one in our society. So rather than running behind this competition, I would suggest you, I would recommend you that you enhance your competence whatever competence you have. Maybe some of you might be good at, there are various things, aspects, dimensions in our life. Not only education, some of you might be good at singing, dancing, drawing, whatever it is. You just enhance your competence so that whatever you are good at, you will be doing at your best, rather than trying to be always number one. It is as simple as, just to say as an example, if you want to go to a Formula 1 racing, can you go with a Maruti 800 car and do a Formula 1 racing? Definitely no. I'm not saying Maruti 800 car is a low grade vehicle. It's a good vehicle, but it has its own use. Now, if you try to compete, in a Formula 1 track with a 800 Maruti 800 or our old ambassadors, now definitely all the four will be, wheels will be going in 4 different directions. So when you want to be in a certain space, you need to enhance. If you just upgrade the machine, then definitely you can perform, accordingly. Here also when we say yoga, yoga is a certain science, yoga is a certain technology where irrespective of your, the bifurcations that we have, maybe man, woman, this caste, that caste, religion, nationality, irrespective of whatever the, classifications that we have, you just try to use this science and technology. Definitely, once you upgrade yourself and now you are stepping into the world to do some kind of action, you will be good at whatever you want to do. You want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, or whatever. You will be doing it your best if you upgrade yourself. But without upgrading yourself, if you just want to perform only action in the outside world, definitely each and every step you will feel like it's burdensome, and definitely you will going to suffer. Suffering is inevitable. That's what we can see most of the people are going through now. And that's one of the reasons I'm here today as a yoga instructor, just to give this one particular message. The earlier you adopt these things, the yoga practices in your life, the better you can understand this. And the better and more you understand this, you can do, simply go through the life effortlessly, with a certain sense of pleasantness, and whatever you are doing with a certain sense of joyfulness. Yeah. So, as I said, because of the time constraints, I may not be able to go through all these things. And see, today, though we have something called as Isha Hatha Yoga, which is a sequence of or series of different practices, yoga practices. Today we will be going through the basic aspect. I don't want to go into the the complicated practices or aspects. Today we will be going through some basic aspects, or the first module, what we call as Upa Yoga. In Upa Yoga, once again, there are different practices assigned or associated with this Upa Yoga module, the basic module. So today we'll just touch upon one particular practice called as Yoga Namaskar. Okay, how to make yourself, especially the physical dimension. There are basically 4 dimensions that we work upon: physical, psychological stability, emotional balance, and energy balance. Healthy. So we are only talking about our physical health. We know, even if you are having a 6-pack ab, can you claim yourself to be a fit human being? Nowadays we are seeing these things. Even if you are having a well-built body or a 6-pack ab, psychologically people are messing up in their own ways. So when we say yoga, yoga means just to bring a certain stability and balance to all these 4 dimensions: physical, psychological, emotional, and also energy dimensions as well. So as I said, today we'll be doing one simple practice called as Yoga Namaskar, just to loosen up your physical dimension, how to be physically. I can see most of you are struggling sitting in a cross-leg posture, yeah, and especially at this particular age, struggling to sit in a cross-leg posture is not a good sign. And let's make an attempt, small attempt, how you can loosen up your system, especially how you can strengthen your spine. Only if your spine is strong, then you can do many things basically. So today we'll be looking at this particular practice called as Yoga Namaskar, which strengthens your spine, which also enhances your physical stability and balance basically. Shall we go through this now? Are you all ready? Yeah. So first what we'll do is we'll just play a short video where Sadhguru will be speaking about this. What is this Yoga Namaskar? Then we'll be doing this together along with the demonstration. You can orient yourself towards the screen.
Yoga for well-being. Yoga Namaskar. Yoga Namaskar is a powerful system by itself. It activates the lumbar region of the spine in a tremendous way, strengthens the muscles along the spine, giving it a reinforcement so that as one ages, the collapsing of the spine, which causes pinching of the nerves, does not happen. And if already there's damage is setting in, the best way to regenerate your spine would be by doing Yoga Namaskar. It has all-round benefits for the entire body. Yoga Namaskar is a very simple and complete process by itself.
To practice Yoga Namaskar, you will need a light stomach condition. That is approximately 1.5 hours gap after having a meal. If you do not fulfill this condition, please skip this particular practice for now. Those with hernia and pregnant women in the 3rd or 4th month of pregnancy should avoid practicing Yoga Namaskar. Now we will learn Yoga Namaskar. This is a series of 7 steps. He will demonstrate 1 full cycle. Please observe. Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Keep your arms and shoulders loose and relaxed. Eyes open. Focus on a point in front of you. Once your focus is steady, hold Namaskar by bringing your palms together in front of your chest. This is the starting position. As you inhale, bring your hands up above your head. As you exhale, bring your hands downward so that the heels of your palms come behind your neck. As you inhale, bring your hands straight up. As you exhale, bring your hands down in front of your chest. This is step 1. You do the same thing twice more. Step 2. As you exhale, make a sound from the pit of the throat. Step 3. The whole time, your fingers should be together, pointing straight up, even when you bring your hands behind your neck. As you bring your hands up, it is a full inhalation. As you lower it down, it is a full exhalation with the sound. After you do this 3 times, you squat straight down. Step 4. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, bring it down behind the neck. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, bring it down in front of your chest. Then, as you inhale, push your hands straight out in front of you, fingers pointing forward. As you exhale, making the sound, bring it back to the chest. Do this 3 times. Step 5. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, bring them down behind the neck. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, down in front of your chest. As you inhale, straight out in front of you. As you exhale, back to the chest. Once more, step 6, inhale, hands up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hands straight out. Exhale, hands to the chest. Now step 7. As you inhale, push your hands straight out. Bring your knees to the ground. Lean forward and place your forehead on the ground. Stretch your arms above your head. Rest your palms on the ground. Place your hands together so that the thumbs and pointing fingers are touching, forming a triangle. Your elbows should be slightly bent. This is Balasana. Stay here until your breath stabilizes, or for a minimum of 2 minutes. Then gently stand up and come back to the starting position. This is one cycle of Yoga Namaskar. We will look at a few modifications and corrections. If you find it difficult to squat, then you can place a support about 1/2 inch or 1 inch thick below your heels and squat down, ensuring your feet are parallel to each other. For some people, while bringing the hands behind the head, the fingers are pointing backward. The fingers should be pointing straight up. Also, there is a tendency for the head to come down. The head should be straight. Do not move the hands too quickly or casually. There should be slight tension in the arms as you do the movement. Now we will do one cycle of Yoga Namaskar together, incorporating all of these corrections. Please stand. Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Those of you who need a cushion as support to squat, you can keep it just behind your feet, and when we come to step 4 to squat down, you can step backward onto the cushion and use it as a support when you squat down. Eyes open. Focus on a point in front of you. Once your focus is steady, hold Namaskar in front of your chest. This is the starting position. Step 1. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, with the sound, bring your hands down behind your head. As you inhale, bring them up. As you exhale, bring them down to your chest. Do this twice more. Step 2, bring your hands up with a full inhalation. Bring your hands down with a full exhalation. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Step 3, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down behind the head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Now squat straight down. If you need a cushion, you can use it as a support. Ensure your focus is directly in front of you. Step 4. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Then, as you inhale, push your hands straight out. As you exhale, bring your hands towards your chest. We'll do this twice more. Step 5, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Keep your head straight. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight out.
Keep your spectacles off when you are doing the practice. Yeah. So all of you can stand with your feet comfortably apart, slightly apart. No need to keep them together, slightly apart. Both the feet must be pointing straight. Okay? Now keep your head straight and keep your eyes open. You can keep your spectacles off now. Yep. That's okay. You can just listen to the instructions. That's fine. Yeah? So stand with your feet comfortably apart. Then keep your head straight. Now open your eyes and focus on a point in front of you. No need to close your eyes. You just open your eyes, focus on a point in front of you. Now once the focus is steady, you hold Namaskar. You hold Namaskar posture in front of you. In front of your chest, you just hold Namaskar posture. This is the starting position. Now the step number 1. As you inhale, gently raise your hands above your head. As you inhale, gently holding Namaskar, gently raise your hands above your head. As you inhale, that's right. Now as you exhale, gently lower your hands behind your head. As you exhale, lower your hands behind your head. Once again, as you inhale, gently raise your hands above your head. As you exhale, lower your hands in front of your chest. This is one cycle. We'll be doing this 2 more times. Inhale, gently raise your hands above your head. As you exhale, lower your hands behind your head. Inhale, hands up, fully stretched up. Exhale in front of your chest. Cycle. Inhale, hands up. And exhale behind your head. Inhale, hands up. And exhale in front of your chest. Now once you are done with the 3rd cycle, holding Namaskar, you sit in a squatting position. Holding Namaskar, you sit in a squatting position like this. Holding Namaskar, you sit in a squatting position. Now step number 4, as you inhale, once again stretch your hands above your head. As you exhale, lower your hands behind your head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale in front of your chest. Now inhale, straighten your hands straight in front of you. Stretch your hands straight in front of you. Exhale, bring them back. Similarly, we'll be repeating this 2 more times. Inhale, hands up. Exhale behind your head. One more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale behind your head. Inhale, hands up. And exhale in front of your chest. Inhale, straighten your hands in front of you. Exhale, bring them back. Now, the step number 7, you lean forward, place your forehead, bring your knees onto the ground, place your forehead on the ground, and place your palms facing downwards, slightly above your head. Place your palms slightly above your head, facing downwards, in such a way that the thumb and the index fingers should be forming a triangle. The tip of the thumb and the tip of the index fingers should be touching at the tips, forming a triangle. All the 4 fingers should be together. You can keep your hands slightly above your head, not beneath the head. Should be slightly above your head. Sit on your heels. This is called as Balasana, and this is a resting posture. Stay here until your breath settles down. Stay here for a few minutes.
We will look at it.
Now you can slowly come up, come to the standing posture, continue to hold Namaskar and come to the starting position, that is standing posture. So this is a 1 complete cycle of Yoga Namaskar. Now you can relax your arms, you can sit comfortably in a cross-leg posture. You can sit down. Hope all of you were able to do this simple practice of Yoga Namaskar. Now, I could see some of you are, struggling with especially the sitting or the squatting posture. Now, don't worry about these things, and what you need to understand is, you just understand where you are in terms of your physical, flexibility, where you are. You just understand this much. Once you become a regular with the practices, naturally, your postures also will be getting better and better. You will be comfortably able to sit. Now, there are a few mistakes that are happening when you are doing this Yoga Namaskar practices. And also, as I said, some of you are not comfortable, especially in the squatting position. How to make yourself comfortable in a squatting position, and also what are the mistakes that are happening. Let's go through this. Later we'll be doing one more cycle.
And corrections. If you find it difficult to squat, then you can place a support about half an inch or 1 inch thick below your heels and squat down, ensuring your feet are parallel to each other. For some people, while bringing the hands behind the head, the fingers are pointing backward. The fingers should be pointing straight up. Also, there is a tendency for the head to come down. The head should be straight. Do not move the hands too quickly or casually. There should be slight tension in the arms as you do the movement. Now we will do one cycle of Yoga Namaskar together, incorporating all of these corrections.
So the modification for squatting position is, you can either, right now you are having a yoga mat, you can roll your yoga mat, and when the time for the sitting or squatting comes, you can just keep it under your heels, or you can step onto the cushion or your yoga mat, then you can sit down. This is a simple modification just to make yourself comfortable in the sitting posture. Apart from this, there are a few mistakes that we just saw now. One is, do not do the hand movements too fast. You have to coordinate along with the breathing. So for the duration of inhalation, you have to raise your hands. For the duration of exhalation, you can bring your hands downwards. So similarly, especially when you are bringing your hands behind your head, do not tuck your head, you keep your head straight. So these are a few things that you can keep in mind when we are doing this Yoga Namaskar practice. Incorporating these corrections, shall we do one more cycle? Yeah, incorporating these corrections, we'll be doing one more cycle now. You can come to the standing posture. I'll guide you through this once again. Once again, you can keep your spectacles off, stand with your feet comfortably apart, slightly apart, approximately your shoulder width distance, that's fine. See to it that both the feet are pointing straight. Now, keep your head straight and open your eyes. Once the focus is steady, hold Namaskar in front of you. Your palms must be butting against each other. There should not be any gap between your palms. All the fingers are pointing straight up. Now, step number 1, as you inhale, gently raise your hands above your head. In coordination with the breathing, as you exhale, lower your hands behind your head. Now keep your head straight, then lower your hands. Inhale, hands up. Exhale in front of your chest. We'll repeat this 2 more times. Inhale, hands up. Exhale behind your head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale in front of your chest. One more. Inhale, hands up. Keep your head straight. Exhale behind your head. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, gently lower your hands in front of your chest. Now, those who want to take the modification, either you can roll your yoga mat and step onto the yoga mat. Holding Namaskar, you sit in a squatting position. Holding Namaskar, you sit in a squatting position. Continue to maintain the focus. Exhale behind your head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale in front of your chest. Straight in front of you. Exhale, bring them back. Next step. Inhale, hands up. We'll repeat this 2 more times. Exhale, behind your head. Continue to keep your head straight. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, in front of your chest. Inhale, stretch your hands straight in front of you. Exhale, bring them back. One more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, behind your head. Inhale, hands up. And exhale in front of your chest. Inhale, straighten your hands in front of you. Exhale, bring them back. Now, lean forward. That is, spread your knees apart. Bring your knees onto the floor. Place your forehead on the ground. Palms flat on the floor, slightly above your head. It should not be touching your head. Your hands should be facing forward, slightly above your head, in such a way that the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index fingers should be forming a triangle. The tip of the thumbs and the tip of the index fingers should be forming a triangle. All the 4 fingers should be together. Now you rest your body on your heels. You rest your body on your heels. Just stay here breathing normally until your breath settles. Once your breath is settled, you can slowly come to the standing posture, holding Namaskar. You can come to the standing posture, holding Namaskar. Now, relax your arms. You can sit comfortably in a cross-leg posture. You can sit comfortably in a cross-leg posture. Now, this is a little challenge in the initial, few days. As I said, once you become more and more regular with the practice, you will make yourself comfortable in all the postures. Okay? Now, see, when you are doing this Yoga Namaskar, from today onwards, you can do this Yoga Namaskar on your own. It's available in the YouTube as well. If you just type Isha Yoga Namaskar, it's available. With the instructions, demonstration, everything is available there. If you want, you can just go through once again the demonstration. You can do this minimum 3 cycles. You can either do in the morning or evening. Just you see to it that, physically you are making yourself a little bit free. Yeah? So you can do the 3 cycles minimum. Once you become more and more comfortable, and if you would like to increase, you can gradually increase the number of cycles. 3, 5, 7, 9, like this odd numbers. You can increase the cycles. And as I said, today because of the time constraint, we are not able to go through all the practices. There are various, different intense practices, and there are very simple practices which are very powerful practices. Isha Hatha Yoga is a very powerful tool or module or a package which is designed. When you do this Isha Hatha Yoga by your own nature, how to be, that's the most important thing. Even if the situation is bad outside, how you are, how you are pleasant within yourself, that is most important, and that is what this Isha Hatha Yoga is capable of making you. So, yeah, today I think we'll just stop here because of, we are supposed to close this session by 9 o'clock. Today, as I said, I'm really honored here, privileged here to be here among you, Pro-Vice Chancellors, VC, other HODs, Sashi Sir, the NCC or NCC Coordinator, and all the students, teaching and non-teaching staff for creating this opportunity and hoping to, take this in a kind of a big scale some other time. This is just only a glimpse, hoping to take to the next level Isha Hatha Yoga. I hope, we'll be getting some other opportunity in future coming days where, we can offer you some more practices. So, thank you once again.
Thank you, students. So we are truly indebted for your time, your knowledge, immense amount of knowledge that you not only kept to yourself but shared with all of us. We are truly indebted. So I request our Vice Dean, Professor Dr. Amit Mirajkar sir, to kindly give a small token of appreciation. Thank you so much, sir.
1 minute.
I am requesting all the facilitators come forward one photo session.
All good things come to an end. It's our duty to thank everyone who made this day happen. So I now call upon Mr. Sukesh Shetty, NSS Program Officer, Newen, to give the vote of thanks.
A warm good morning to one and all gathered here. On behalf of NSS Unit NITTE, deemed to be a university, and I, Mr. Sukesh, deem it to be a great pleasure and honor to deliver the vote of thanks on this auspicious day. First of all, my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Dr. M.S. Muditaya, NITTE deemed to be a university, for gracing this occasion. Thank you very much, sir. A special thanks to today's chief guest, Mr. Praveen Kumar, yoga teacher, classical Hatha Yoga. Thank you, sir, in spite of your busy schedule, being here and sharing your knowledge and experience. It was a wonderful session. Thank you very much, sir. Also, my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Professor T.S. Prakash, Dean, Kshema, and Vice Dean Dr. Amrut Birajkar for your guidance and support for organizing this program. Thank you, sir. Also, my special thanks to Dr. Kishan Prasad for helping us and organizing this 10 days yoga session. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Mr. Sashikumar Shetty, NSS Coordinator, NITTE deemed to be a university, for organizing this wonderful events. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to all the participants, head of the departments, Dr. Sukanya Shetty, and other faculty members and dear students. So without you, this program wouldn't be a successful one. Thank you all. Also, a special thanks to press and media for covering these events. Thank you. And also a special thanks to all the facilitators of yoga for this 10 days. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.